Hello everyone, this is Bhagirath Katkar. I'm a TRIRIGA solution architect and total around 12 plus year of experience in TRIRIGA product in various domains, real estate, capital project, facility, and space management. And as a part of my career, I work a lot in different types of implementation, development, configuration of this TRIRIGA Business Connect components, integration, data migration. And today's session, we are going to share some of the basic steps that most of the developers really interested to learn this integration using TRIRIGA Business Connect and custom task. So today's session, I'll help you to share some knowledge on that, how to start Hello World using this Java code and execute that Hello World program through custom tasks in synchronous or asynchronous workflow. Okay. So before we proceed with this development or configuration for this custom class or class loader or any business connect, we have to make sure there are a few prerequisites we should aware as a developer. The first one, Eclipse SDK. It's a Java developer tool that we use to write Java code, and it's easily available from Oracle or IBM. You have to Google and search this Java SDK. I have mentioned the link here, so you can click and download if you have access to IBM website, or you can get it from the Oracle. The second prerequisite, every developer who are part of the TRIRIGA world, they should have at least access to this development environment of this application version from 10.5 to 11.2, 11.2, and platform version 3.5, 3.6 to 11.5. Whatever version they have, they can use this for the practice. And the most important, excuse me, so most important, the third prerequisite, we should know that we have to download these jar files from the TRIRIGA resources and keep it available on your local drive. And whenever we start our first project to write Hello World, I'll help you how to import this into project. So this will help you to write functions which are used by the TRIRIGA Java framework inside your Java code, and you can easily call out the methods which are available in TRIRIGA Business Connect, and you can perform all integration related stuff. So log4 jar, TRIRIGA Business Connect jar, TRIRIGA custom.jar, these are the three most important prerequisites that we are using in today's session. So to download these prerequisite external jar files, the developer should know they're working on which environment, SaaS Flex Cloud provided by IBM vendor or on-premise installation. So if it is IBM SaaS Flex Cloud environment, developer can raise PMR with the product support team to get these jar files they need for the Java custom business connect development. The developers who are working on on-prem installation, they can check with their infra team and try to get these jar files from this respective folder location. Okay, so basically, if anyone have that access to this server, a TRIRIGA server, they can log into the server and they go to TRIRIGA tools Business Connect and download this TRIRIGA Business Connect and custom task.jar and go to TRIRIGA library folder location to download log4 and any database related jar. Specific to log4.jar, you can log into the TRIRIGA application, go to system tools, system setup and resources and search log4j, and you can download from there as well. Also, let me just give practical view how we can see from where we can download the jar files. So basically you can go to the TRIRIGA server and the drive under which TRIRIGA is installed. Go to that TRIRIGA folder location, installable or where you have installed TRIRIGA, and you can search that TRIRIGA library from where you can download log4 or any database related jar. And if you want any jars which are associated to Business Connect, you can go to TRIRIGA tools Business Connect and you can download this TRIRIGA Business Connect.jar TRIRIGA custom task.jar from there. This way you can download and import into Java and start the development. Other prerequisite, the people who know TRIRIGA, they can, they should aware this TRIRIGA development coding standard or configuration standard, like how to write a workflow, basic workflow configuration like synchronous, asynchronous, how to navigate these TRIRIGA menus. Okay. So let's continue now. So to start, I'll just restart. So let's assume that we have downloaded Eclipse and you have extracted that zip file. So you'll get this folder structure in such a way where you have to search that Eclipse folder and you have to go inside and you'll see this icon eclipse.exe. Okay, so you have to double click this and open that one. So you'll get the Eclipse perspective view for Java developer. Just wait for a couple of seconds to open this perspective. As I am already working some of the projects, so I have that Java developer perspective enabled here. If anyone first time using, you can go here and change your perspective, open perspective, whatever you want. You can close and you can reset the perspective. If something mess up that left hand side, you cannot see the property window, or you cannot see the error message. Let's assume I have hidden everything and I want my perspective to be reset. So you just go here and just click on the reset perspective. So this will automatically, Eclipse will automatically help you to reset the perspective. Okay. So the people who are from the Java background, they can relate what I am explaining this from the Java's point of view, how to navigate these menus. The people who are from non-Java background, don't worry, just follow the steps which I am explaining in this session. First step here, to start the Hello World program for this TRIRIGA, for Business Connect or custom class, you should click on the file and search the new keyword, and in new you can create Java project. And here the first step is we have to create a project for our Hello World. So whenever you give name, give the project name as per your business requirement. So today's session is for the demo for the Hello World. So I'll use custom CST. Either caps, first capital letter is always caps, capital letter, rest you can case sensitive. That's fine. Okay, click on next and finish. So when you completed this action, you'll see the related jars from the Eclipse will automatically populate from the downloaded from the Eclipse. Eclipse will provide you the reference jar files and this folder structure. Second step, as we mentioned the prerequisite jars that we mentioned in this PPT, these 3 jars we have to add before we start adding any package or Java code. So how to add these jar files? Either you click here or this jar. I will just click on the project, right click on a project and search the build path and move to the navigation and click on the configure build path. And here you have external jar files. Add external jar files, search that option, click on add external jars, and you can see I have downloaded my libraries here from TRIRIGA. Just select all and click on open. So these 3 libraries added on top of your reference libraries. Click on apply. When you click on apply, you can see like JRE system library. Similarly, reference library also will get added here. Just see the changes. When you click on apply, you can see reference library is automatically added here. And once it is added by Eclipse, close and just expand this. You can see all these libraries which are jar files are added here. So my second step is done. Let's move to the next step. So when you write any Java code, Java class, make sure TRIRIGA, there is a policy or there is a development standard that whatever Java classes or code we are writing, it should present under some package, and the package is the unique name that TRIRIGA provides us. So I'll just expand this existing project to explain what is package. So this is a package, and under this package com.TRIRIGA custom only, whatever Java code we are writing, that only TRIRIGA framework will try to read it, where from custom task it will refer that package, and under this package whatever classes are there, that will that classes methods of that classes will get executed. So let's create package first. How to create package? Again, click this source folder, right click, click on new, search the package word, click on package, and here you can see the source folder. Under this you can add a package. Now my package name is always the unique whenever you write any kind of code in Java, Eclipse for this TRIRIGA. So this will be unique all the time. com.TRIRIGA.custom. So I have added my package name here. Make sure the spellings are correct. com.TRIRIGA.custom. Now my step 3 is completed. Let's move to the next step. Add Java class. Now how to add Java class? This will be present under this package. So right click on this package and search the class word. I will click here, create a Java class, and you'll have that name section where you have to give the class Java class name. Now the first character is always the capital here. So what I will do, I'll just keep the same name which I have created for the project. It's not mandatory, but here we are writing only one program, hello world, and one Java class. If there are multiple Java class, then we have to give the different names. But first character of this name should be capital. Make sure there is no space before and after. That's it. You don't have to click anywhere else. No need to select abstract final package. Okay, it's a public always by default, and the inherited abstract method by default. Click on finish. Okay, that's it. So Eclipse have created this .java file, plus we can see the package name added here, plus we can have the inherited abstract method here of that particular class name. Okay, this step is completed. Let's move to step number 4. Now step number 4, here we have to import some of the existing jar files which we have added as a reference here from the Business Connect and the TRIRIGA custom tasks. So which are all packages we have to add here. So before that, let's understand to execute method from this class, from the custom task, we have the method available in TRIRIGA execute. That execute method will call from TRIRIGA Business Connect class. Okay, so now to search that which methods we can inherit from that particular class, which is TRIRIGA Business Connect. So you can expand this jar file which we added as a reference library from the TRIRIGA and search workflow. So TRIRIGA custom task, then custom business connect task, and here is the execute method. So I want this execute method to be inherit from this class. So how we can inherit as per the Java? So we have to use word implements and this custom business connect task. So I'm not getting this word because now I'm getting this. Use control space bar to get whatever the classes available as a reference one. So I will inherit this, and once you inherit, you can see that particular jar file classes present in the jar file automatically imported here. Now I want this code to be executed. So what you can do, you can just drag and drop here and copy this syntax. Remove the semicolon, this one, and just remove all these words which are not required. I just take a reference from the previous code. Okay, record 0. I deleted that one, that's why. Let's copy this syntax. So this is and so here public boolean execute. We don't need this abstract method. Boolean execute this one, and this always return boolean value true or false. So make sure we have a return type here. So now we added this one. So what else we have to add? So we added custom business connect tags imported. We added overflow.record. Then let's see which are all other classes that we have to import. We can see this one is also important here. So let's add this TRIRIGA.ws, TRIRIGA GWS. So to import that, use the keyword import form.tririga.ws. TRIRIGA. So we added these three important jar files we added. Now you can see that particular error message is now it's removed now. Okay, so this is my basic syntax. After that, in Java, whatever logic we are writing, it should be under try and catch block. So what is try and catch? I'll just explain once we have code available here. So let's have a try and catch. Exception. So use control and space bar to get this kind of automatic notification from Eclipse. Okay. So whatever logic, business logic we would like to implement, that should be under try. And something is failed here in the business logic, and any exception occurs, that catch block will get it here in the exception, and that we can display in server.log file. Okay. So today's program, we are writing display hello world in server.xml file as the output. Okay. So how we can display that hello world log file? So we have to add two classes here first. We have to import two classes. One is log manager and one is logger. Now this log manager and logger are present under this jar file, which are added as a new jar files here. So just minimize this. So log4.jar is Apache log4 that used to update our server.xml. How to import that? Import and the keyword here org.apache. Okay. So if you don't know the syntax, go here org.apache. So you just type same thing. You can just relate how the syntax is there, the package name org.apache.log4. Okay. Then just type log manager. Same thing, add logger as well. These two classes are important here to update the log in server.xml. Okay, so now this is done. Now these are not utilized. That's why you can see warning messages. But warning messages are okay. But we are going to utilize it. Now how to utilize this warning message? We should know the syntax here. Utilize this, we'll create one static public static variable, which is a log. So syntax for this: public static final logger class is equal to log manager. You'll get the methods from log manager class get logger, and the class which is this will be our syntax. Now we have to, what is the error message here? Okay, so declaration is not there, semicolon. Yep, so error message removed. Now our syntax is there. So now let's start. Our all business logic should be here. Now how to display message in server log file? So the log file variable created, use that log. Let's see what is the method that we have to use. Log.info. Okay. So we can use info, log.info, and the message. Hello world. This is first message that we are going to display in server.log file whenever execute method start, and whenever we are going inside the catch or try, that will come to know that our code is working successfully, fine or wrong, that will come under here. So only these two lines will work, either this one and this one, or this one or this one, either one of them. If something is there in the complete Java issue, then it will display only exception here. So let's see which code will written here. Exception plus, here we are doing concatenation to concatenate what exception we are getting here. Okay. Before return, we'll just end this execute method. Yep. So this way we are done with this code. We can see all program code logic, everything is written under try, proper exception is there, and we are return true value to close that method to pass that return value as a boolean value. All the import classes are there, package name is correct, so cross verify everything is correct. Once it is done, let's try to export this one. So how to export is the, can we export Java class jar? What we have to export so that TRIRIGA will accept that. So we have to export into jar format. So how to export? Just go here, right click, and there is an export button. Click on export. And when you get this window, initially you'll get this window, search the Java folder and expand that, and you'll see the Java jar file. Click on jar file, click on next, and select these two checkboxes, and make sure you have that name of the jar file similar to project name. So my project name is just copy that project name first. Again, I'll just click on right click, search export, jar file, next, and where you want to export that on your local drive, the folder location you have to select, and select this one, CST hello world. Click on next. Before that, make sure these two checkboxes are selected. Next, click on next, and finish it. Done. So jar file is generated. So make sure if it is generated or not, go back here under project, see the timing is 2 KB file, jar file is generated. Now we are all set to test this jar inside the TRIRIGA. So our step 4 and 5 completed. We have written a logic for hello world and exported this jar file. Step number 6, let's log into TRIRIGA application. This is a view after you log in into TRIRIGA. This is 10.8. Click on tools, expand the tools, and search the system setup, and search class loader here under this system. So you can go here under system, you search the class loader. So you can see class loader here. So when you click on the class loader, make sure we are going to create a class loader, and we'll import this jar file under resource section. Again, I'm going to explain. Go to tools, under system setup, search system action here, click on that. And when you click on system there, you search the class loader and click on add. Now what will be my name for this class loader? So here I will give the same name as my project name and the jar file name. Okay. And let's click on create. Now what resource file we have to add here? You can add HTML, you can add other files, but here we are going to add jar file. If all jar file is already present in the resource file, then find it, search and add. But jar file we currently exported from Eclipse is the new one. It's not present in a resource file. So you can click on add, create new resource here. So what should be the name here? Same like a project name, or you can give a different name just for the reference, but I will give the same name here. And import that jar file, which are downloaded or exported from the Eclipse. Project work, go to project, and here is the, click on OK. Great. Save and close. Save and close. Done. So my class loader is done. My step number 6 and 7 is done. So whatever jar file we exported from this Eclipse, we have to test that output in TRIRIGA through server.log file. To execute that Java code through custom class, the first step here is if it is a synchronous overflow, then we have to trigger that synchronous overflow through one button action, which is on click. To create that, we'll use this integration try integration business object form, where we'll add one sample button, and from there we'll trigger our synchronous overflow. To create that synchronous overflow or the update any existing form, we should have access to this application builder. Okay, so let's create that workflow first. Go to workflow builder, search try integration module, and under search the try integration business object. Once you have this, then click on new module. If you click on new action here to create the new workflow here, click on new. So when you click on new, workflow builder automatically provide you start and end. And before you proceed further, make sure you have selected proper module and the business object. So once this proper selection has been done, make sure it is synchronous or asynchronous. It is temporary or permanent. So we don't want to do any validation. It's temporary workflow or permanent. It's depend on that. You have to select these two options. Okay. So as this is my synchronous workflow, I have selected synchronous, and let's start with the naming convention. So make sure you follow this naming conventions properly. So you will, this is, as this is a new workflow, we'll add this keyword CST, and the business object will use as a try integration. So we'll use try integration. So the first character of try integration, T, will be capital. Then integration, and as this is a synchronous workflow, so we'll use this keyword, and will be trigger on click of that button. So we'll use on click. Execute our integration. Give proper description here which you want to trigger this from this workflow. Okay, so we added that basic steps here. Now next step here, add the custom task from where we'll call our jar file. So this is the custom task, workflow task that we'll use to trigger our Java code. Okay, so the syntax here is we should have the class loader name, colon com dot TRIRIGA dot custom dot class. Okay, so here our class loader name we kept as a CST hello world demo. So let's use the same name here. Then colon, unique syntax here, the package name com dot TRIRIGA dot custom. Make sure there is no spelling mistakes here. com.tririga.custom. If you are not sure which one needs to copy, you can copy this com.tririga.custom from here. So this is my package name. Make sure we have following the proper naming convention here in the syntax. So this is my class loader name, then colon com.tririga.custom dot my class name. So what will be my class name here? This is my class name. You can copy paste here as well. Yep, so done. So we have our synchronous workflow ready for test. Now let's trigger this from the button action. So to do that, go back to our tools again, search the form builder. And search CST integration module and try integration form and revise this form. So you can see that execute integration button I have already added. If you want to add new button, click on the section here, click on add field, then select the form action, add the name label, click on apply. The button will get added here. Now I have already added that execute integration here. I just need to trigger that workflow which on click. Before that, I will just rework here. When you trying first time, if there is no workflow associated to this, no on change workflow added here, to create that on click event or action here, click on add, and you can see that on click will be automatically added here. And under this workflow property, you can see our workflow will be here highlighted. Select this workflow, click on OK. on click event will be created for this button, and click on apply. If you don't apply, then all changes you did as a part of this button property will get lost. Okay, so make sure if you want to save all whatever changes you did, make sure you click on apply, not only for this button but whatever you change in this form. If you want to save, you make sure you click on apply. I'm just cross checking I have done apply. Yes, then click on publish. So now I have created one synchronous workflow from where custom task added, and from there we are going to trigger our Java class. And I have added one button on integration business object form from where we'll trigger that synchronous workflow on click of this button. Now let's to test this one. Okay, before we test this, next step here is we have to make sure all our agents are working fine. Basically the workflow agents are working fine, and that workflow agent information we have to change from error to always, just to see that workflow instance is created and everything is working fine. As a best practice, we don't allow this to select for the production environments, as this will impact performance issue. There are thousands of workflows are running, and if we are enabling this always, then it will create a performance issue. So we'll always keep error only when we have the production instance or non-production instance, or when we are doing data migration. Okay, as this is only one sample workflow we are testing it, I have selected always and save. Next step here is go to error log and make sure we have roll back all server logs. Okay, let's see, is there anything available right now here? Test. Okay, I don't see any hello world here. So close this and let's open one integration object record. To open that integration object record, again you have to go to tool system setup, because we added a button under integration object form. So search integration object and open any of the workflow. So let's select any record and you can see execute integration. Click on execute integration and see our workflow is executed successfully. Yes, I can see it's completed. Let's open that workflow and I can see everything is completed successfully here. Minimize this. Let's go to admin console and download server log here to see our output. So I downloaded the latest server log. Open this one. Okay, let me download it again. Okay, so you can see execute method start, hello world try block, and hello world execute method end. So this way you can see the output which is displaying in the server log dot that file. You can see the first line we are going to display as output hello world execute method start, hello world execute method start. Then we have hello world try block. Hello world try block means our business logic is working fine, and execute method end. Execute method end. If something has happened in the code and some syntax error is there or any Java business logic code issue is there, this will go to catch block and you will get this line plus this line and this line. This is not going to work as because this there is some exceptions. So this will execute only catch block. This way we can display hello world as an output in server.log file. As a part of next session, we'll see how we can call these database jar, how we can trigger or how we can connect to TRIRIGA database, and how we can execute the sample SQL queries from this Java code. So see you next session. Thank you.